As we show you inside the most opulent residences of the biggest stars in the world, welcome to a world of wealth and grandeur. These residences range from John Travolta's legendary mansion to Cristiano Ronaldo's magnificent acreage and are the height of luxury. And that's not all. Get ready to discover Chris Hemsworth's stunning retreat and Jeff Bezos' ultra-modern castle. Of course, we also must overlook Jim Jordan, whose exquisite residence is a veritable gem of modern architecture. Come with us as we take you around these fantastic homes, each providing a fascinating look into the lives of the renowned and wealthy. Bill and Hillary Clinton, Washington, D.C., $5.5 million estimated. Bill and Hillary Clinton lived in government-issued housing for 18 consecutive years, first in the governor's mansion in Arkansas and then in the White House. That being said, this does not imply that the well-known political duo has yet to manage to amass any personal assets. The Clintons own a lovely estate in Washington, D.C., but a 2022 estimate assessed its worth at well over $5.5 million. Given their lengthy history in politics and combined authorship of multiple books, it's reasonable to assume they can afford to purchase any property they like. Nikki Haley, Kiawah Island, South Carolina, $2.4 million. Due in part to her acquisition of this magnificent property and her position as the state's former governor, Nikki Haley was well known in South Carolina. One of the world's most elite real estate markets, Kiawah Island, she and her spouse lavished an incredible $2.4 million on the house. Situated on a half-acre site with 100-year-old oak and palm trees and a view of the Kiawah River, the 5,774-square-foot home was completed in 2003. Along with 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, this Mediterranean-style property also has several balconies, terraces, an outdoor kitchen, and a swimming pool. Karine Jean-Pierre, Washington, D.C., undisclosed. Karine Jean-Pierre is a Haitian-American political strategist, activist, and author born in Martinique. She's the White House's chief deputy press secretary. She's the first black woman to be publicly homosexual in her position. Regarding her domicile, her address is not known to the general public. She may remain closer to her place of employment in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan region because of her position as press secretary for the White House. However, Jean-Pierre has lived in several American cities, including her childhood home in New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and New York. Her family or personal preference are unknown, and her life remains quiet. Kellyanne Conway, Washington, D.C., $8 million. Kellyanne Conway, the former advisor to President Donald Trump, lived in an opulent home in the Massachusetts Avenue Heights section of D.C., where she was a White House resident. The almost 15,000-square-foot home, situated on a half-acre, reportedly cost her over $8 million. The 8-bedroom home is a sophisticated fusion of traditional and contemporary architectural elements, and reports claim it was erected in the 1920s. Inside, there's a large foyer, a formal living room with fireplace, dining room, wine cellar, gourmet kitchen with top-notch equipment, and a quaint family room with built-in bookcases. John Fetterman, Braddock, Virginia, price undisclosed. Since John Fetterman was elected to the U.S. Senate, we've learned much about him. Among them is his opinion that living in a home paid for by the taxpayers and employed servants is entirely improper. It's also known that he feels constricted in tiny places due to his fantastic height, which is one of the reasons he enjoys his Braddock's loft tall 12-foot ceiling so much. When Fetterman and his wife first saw the property in 2013, it was an automobile store, but they soon realized it should be their house. So they gave it a complete facelift in a vintage style over 9 months. Al Gore, Nashville, $2.3 million. Al Gore's life improved, even if he would not be president after losing to George W. Bush in the presidential race. His decision to discreetly abandon his political career to concentrate on building wealth paid off handsomely. Gore and his family reside in a stunning 10,070-square-foot estate built in the Belle Meade neighborhood of Nashville in the colonial style. The home had 20 rooms when it was built in 1915, 5 of which were bedrooms, 8 full baths, and 2 half bathrooms. According to reports, Gore spent $2.3 million in 2022 to buy the house and the adjacent land. Magic Johnson, Orange County, $7.6 million. One of the all-time greats in basketball, Magic Johnson has received several honors for his achievements. Having won 5 NBA championships, the player has an incredible CV that includes MVP of the series and the most prestigious individual accolades in the game. Johnson is an investor in real estate with an emphasis on cities. In 13 states, he has provided funding for 30 initiatives. He purchased a 3-story Mediterranean estate for $7.6 million in 2007. It now functions as his family's vacation home. The property has a wine cellar, a home theater, a terrace, and 5 bedrooms with 7 bathrooms. The mansion has stunning views of Catalina Island and the Pacific Ocean, a pool, and an elevator. Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco, $2.25 million. Nancy Pelosi represents one thing to most people, the United States House of Representatives Speaker. Moreover, she is the only female officeholder and a devoted Democrat. She's invested in real estate throughout the country with her spouse, Paul. Just one of several properties in San Francisco's affluent Pacific Heights district, this one was bought for $2.25 million in 2007. There's only a little information about the inside, besides that it's a 2-story house with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a 420-square-foot basement. Sarah Palin, Scottsdale, Arizona, $6.2 million. While governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin had owned a sizable estate in the Phoenix, Arizona region. However, she realized a profit in 2019 from the substantial real estate she had paid $937,000 for in 2015. Palin paid far less for the house than what it was sold for, $6.2 million. The 7,660-square-foot home's increased worth was partly due to her renovations. The estate has 5.5 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, an eat-in kitchen, a gaming room, a library, and a movie room. It also has a formal dining room. Martin Hyde, Florida, undisclosed. In addition to being a well-known online character, Martin Hyde is a representative for the Republican Party and a former professional soccer player. In addition to his political career, Hyde has accumulated a sizable wealth via the profitable management of several enterprises. Hyde is a well-known politician who gained notoriety for his bid to be re-elected to represent Florida's 16th congressional district in Washington, D.C. Among his priceless belongings is the stunning Florida house he shares with his family. Even though little is known about the mansion, it has all the upscale facilities appropriate for Hyde's social standing. Bryan Cranston, Ventura County, $4.99 million. 6-time Emmy winner Bryan Cranston stayed inside his California home with his family throughout the outbreak. In addition to financial resources, Cranston said that he sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears to construct the home of his dreams. The 450-square-foot land that houses the modern Ventura home, known as 3 Palms, is divided into many sections. This contemporary house has 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, an open-concept living space with a reading nook, fireplace, and modern kitchen. He stayed in this mansion after purchasing it in 2013. In 2022, it was put up for sale with a $4.995 million asking price. Elijah Cummings, Baltimore, undisclosed amount. Because of his more than 20 years of service in Congress, Elijah Cummings was regarded by many as a legend when he died. He commanded the House Oversight Committee at that period and battled to preserve democracy. Less than a year after taking over, Cummings passed away, unfortunately ending his stint as head. After passing away, Cummings, a lifetime resident of Maryland, left behind one of Baltimore's most beautiful homes. Many nearby mansions have gorgeous interiors, meticulously conserved to retain as much of the original architectural style as possible, even though cameras have never been permitted inside. Meg Ryan, Soho, estimated $10.9 million. Meg Ryan disappeared from the public eye following her success in romantic comedies such as When Harry Met Sally and the classic You've Got Mail. In a 2020 interview with Vanity Fair, she mentioned that the public's constant scrutiny and criticism played a role in her decision to leave the spotlight. Ryan bought her Soho apartment in 2013 from the Simpsons actor Hank Azaria, but she sold it for $10.9 million in 2017 because it had become too much of a burden. An interview suggests that she may have found her calling in life, renovating homes. Stacey Abrams, Atlanta, undisclosed amount. One of Stacey Abrams' campaign platform points for the governor was lowering the cost of living. However, Abrams lost the race because things didn't turn out as she had intended. After that, she quit politics and became a successful novelist, publishing numerous books. Despite not being able to fulfill her ambition of becoming a politician, Abrams made herself comfortable by purchasing a few homes in Atlanta. The former congressman is said to have bought 2 properties in Georgia in 2019. Despite having shared a few pictures of her $975,000 second house, Abrams subsequently noted that the stunning kitchen of the property played a significant role in her choice to purchase it. Larry Bird, Naples, Florida, $4.6 million. Basketball icon and native of Indiana, Larry Bird, won 3 NBA titles with the Boston Celtics when he was a member. Bird purchased a 10,232 square foot waterfront property with views of Venetian Bay in Naples, Florida in 2003. In August 2002, Bird and his wife, Dinah, finished their Indianapolis dream home. Over 1.5 acres, the home has 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 3 fireplaces. After some time, the Birds decided to sell the house and listed it for $4.8 million. He eventually took it off the market after cutting the price to $4.6 million. Christina Aguilera, Beverly Hills, estimated $13.5 million. In 2013, the well-known singer Christina Aguilera purchased a home in a gated enclave in Beverly Hills. After listing her former Beverly Hills home for sale in 2011, Aguilera moved into a new one in 2013. After divorcing her ex-husband, Jordan Bratman, Aguilera listed her Beverly Hills home for $13.5 million. Known for serving as the location for the MTV reality series The Osbournes, which stars Ozzy, Sharon, Jack, and Kelly, the 10,000 square foot estate has 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. The pop queen moved home with her kid and boyfriend, Matthew Rutler, a musician, in 2010 after splitting up with Bratman. George W. and Laura Bush, Dallas, $4.6 million. Following his departure from the White House, George W. Bush and his devoted and loving wife, Laura, returned to Texas. Situated on a gated cul-de-sac south of Dallas, Texas, they own this enormous house. The Bushes will have plenty of space to sprawl out in their elder years with a 1,600-acre ranch home that is 4,000 square feet. The Bushes still own a ranch in the Texas Crawford region, even though they now live in Dallas. Despite never being listed on the MLS, the expansive 1,600-acre Prairie Chapel Ranch has been the focus of an adoring story in Architectural Digest. Michael Jordan and Yvette Prieto, Chicago, estimated $14.9 million. Considered one of the greatest players of all time in the NBA, Michael Jordan is a legend in the league. He's influenced a new generation of talented players after leaving the NBA in 2003. Throughout the nation, Jordan has several multi-million-dollar houses. He has one in Highland Park, a Chicago suburb. The home is around 32,000 square feet in size, but the whole property is about 56,000 square feet when the pool and tennis court are included. Since 2012, the 9-bedroom, 19-bathroom house has been listed for $14.8 million. Gabrielle Giffords, Tucson, Arizona, $1.4 million. Gabrielle Giffords, a former Arizona congresswoman, senator, and state representative, is an influential figure in American politics. She campaigned for more use of renewable energy sources, tighter border restrictions, and improved assistance for veterans of the armed forces when she was in government. An attempt on her life suddenly ended her bright career. Her recovery in Tucson, Arizona, with her husband, retired astronaut and senator Mark Kelly, has taken up a significant portion of the last several years. 4,500 square foot, 10-room house reportedly cost them around $1.4 million. The couple often shares a few images of their gorgeous home online, despite their reasonable wish for privacy. Joanna and Chip Gaines, Crawford, Texas, estimated $1.2 million. Joanna Gaines and Chip Gaines were married over 20 years ago. Over that period, they've developed their company into a globally known entity. Their multi-million-dollar home remodeling company was born out of the success of their HGTV program Fixer Upper. Considering how often they renovate homes, it's not shocking that they possess this exquisite Victorian home. Set on 40 acres of land, the house has 3 bathrooms, a traditionally designed kitchen, many living spaces, and a craft room. The family has several structures, including a greenhouse on extensive grounds, which makes sense given how much time they spend outside. Cher, Beverly Hills, estimated $2.5 million. Named initially Sherilyn Sarkisian, she's well known as Cher. Many consider her among the most famous performers of all time, but she's accumulated a substantial amount of cash over the years and is partially invested in real estate. From her initial home in Los Angeles to her subsequent expansion into other affluent locations, Cher has amassed an impressive collection of mansions throughout the globe. In 2013, she gave Modern Family star Ed O'Neill $2.1 million for his 2-story home. The mansion, constructed in 1957, has a main bedroom with an attached bathroom, 4 more bedrooms, 3 more bathrooms, a private parlor, and a large walk-in closet. Kamala Harris, Brentwood, California, $5.2 million. Before supporting Joe Biden in 2020, Kamala Harris worked in state and federal politics for 16 years. Harris and her husband own a 3,500 square foot property in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. She's amassed a portfolio of properties worth millions of dollars, and they're spread out around the country, from San Francisco to Washington, D.C. After increasing in value, the house, initially valued at $2.8 million, was expected to be worth over $5.2 million in 2022. With 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, the home was first constructed in 1948 on 1/3 of an acre. It has a pool, gated entrance, and frequent security patrols for further protection. Jeff Bezos, Beverly Hills, $165 million. Jeff Bezos is probably looking for another trophy property to add to his vast collection while he's not getting ready for a space adventure. When Bezos paid $165 million for this Beverly Hills house in February 2020, it was California's most expensive real estate deal. The property spans 10 acres and has a main house that is 13,600 square feet in a Georgian design, a swimming pool, a tennis court, large terraces, and a nursery, in addition to a 9-hole golf course. It seems more was needed since Bezos added $10 million to the purchase price in July 2022 to purchase the adjacent property. Ted Cruz, Houston, $2 million estimated. Junior Senator and previous presidential contender Ted Cruz must spend much time in the nation's capital. That he looked for a cozy place to unwind when he returned to Houston makes sense. When he bought the land a few years ago, Cruz didn't know that the pandemic would keep him confined to his house for most of 2020. The estate was constructed in 1940 and has 3 levels, totaling 4,142 square feet. Situated in the esteemed River Oaks neighborhood, a short distance from Houston, this expansive estate has 5 bedrooms and 3 exquisitely designed bathrooms across 3 stories. Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester, $4.24 million. Cristiano Ronaldo has made a name for himself as one of the wealthiest sportsmen in the world by earning millions of dollars from his on-field exploits, landing huge endorsement deals off the field, and making wise investment decisions. The Portuguese forward currently has homes throughout the globe, having made significant real estate investments with his money. His numerous luxurious houses include his $4 million Manchester estate, to name just one. The house in Elderly Edge has huge rooms, an equally fantastic lawn, a theater, and a swimming pool, complete with all the extras, including a jacuzzi. Ronaldo ultimately decided to sell the house in 2018. Bernie Sanders, Champlain Islands, Vermont, $575,000. When Bernie Sanders, the Democratic nominee for president in 2020, bought his 3rd house in 2019, it went viral online. This is because Sanders is among the congressmen with the lowest incomes and is well known for criticizing the country's economic inequality. One of the mansion's 2 additional estates is located in Vermont's Champlain Islands. A stunning lakefront home that was initially listed for $598,000 was purchased by Sanders and his wife Jane for $575,000. Along with a separate bedroom and bathroom in the connected guest house, the main home has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Maria Sharapova, Manhattan Beach, estimated $3.735 million. The former tennis player Maria Sharapova is now a successful businesswoman and a social media celebrity. She's a former top-earning female athlete and a 4-time Grand Slam tennis champion. Sharapova let her inner creative goddess lead her when designing and constructing her dream house after paying $3.735 million for this Manhattan waterfront property in 2005. 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms are reportedly included in the 3,750-square-foot home. A huge garage that can hold 2 large automobiles is situated just off the rear patio of the house. Sharapova's pad had other amenities besides a swimming pool, boat dock, and private beach access. Ben Carson, West Palm Beach, $775,000. Dr. Ben Carson, a former presidential candidate and current U.S. Senator, once owned this West Palm Beach house. John Rooney and his family own the NFL's Pittsburgh Steelers. The Carsons spent $775,000 to buy the property from them in 2013. The 6,155-square-foot home offers a 3-car garage, 4.5 bathrooms, and 5 bedrooms. Situated on a golf course that the renowned American golfer Jack Nicklaus designed, the main suite of this house has views of the lake and the course. With 22-foot ceilings, marble flooring, and built-in storage, this opulent Mediterranean-style estate was constructed in 1994. John Travolta, Ocala, Florida, $12 million. American actor, singer, producer, and dancer John Travolta has amassed an enormous net worth throughout his distinguished career. In the 1980s, his career took a downturn, but he recovered remarkably. Travolta's remarkable real estate holdings are proof of his sound financial standing. Rather than settling in an Ocala neighborhood, he constructed his house in Jumbo Lair Aviation Estate, a residential air park. Travolta and his spouse, Kelly Preston, were among the region's first to purchase real estate. For $12 million, they bought an extravagant estate with 5 bedrooms, bathrooms, and a home theater, among other things. Michael Bloomberg, London, estimated $25 million. Among the many properties that Michael Bloomberg has across the globe are an estate in Bermuda, Colorado, a condominium in New York City that he bought 13 years ago, a house in Wellington, Florida, and a palace in London. One of his most beautiful possessions is his $25 million London house. The former owner of the house was author George Eliot. The 6,266-square-foot Chelsea residence was constructed in 1715 in London's most exclusive real estate neighborhood. The apartment has 7 bedrooms, stunning Baroque murals, and a large backyard, a rarity in London. Amal and George Clooney, London, estimated $20 million. It's undeniable that Amal and George Clooney lead busy lives and are a power couple. In addition to George's reputation as an actor, producer, and screenwriter, Amal is a well-known lawyer and campaigner. They will unavoidably spend a lot of time away from their home because of the nature of their jobs. The couple in 2014 decided to purchase a house in London a few weeks after getting married. The magnificent home was completed with a lounge, screening room, pool, and other upscale amenities. It's located on a 4-acre island in the middle of the River Thames. Donald and Melania Trump, New York City, $100 million. Before being elected, former U.S. President Donald Trump was already worth billions of dollars. His lucrative real estate and hospitality endeavors have left him with substantial cash spread over many places in New York City. My particular favorite is his Louis XVI-style residence on Fifth Avenue. It even has an elevator to take Trump to his 26th floor office. It has marble accents and 24-karat gold. From the opulent furniture and crystal chandeliers to the gilded embellishments on the ceilings, moldings, dinnerware, and glasses throughout the layout, the penthouse's $100 million price tag covers it. O.J. Simpson, Las Vegas, estimated $1.8 million. Athlete with eventful history, after his parole ended in early December 2021, Simpson was considered a free man by his legal team. He'd been residing in this $1.8 million, 5,000-square-foot house in Las Vegas ever since he was cleared of any involvement in the killings of his ex-wife Nicole Brown and her friend Ron Goldman. He should have more than enough space with 5 bedrooms and 5.5 baths. Simpson has a mini golf course and a pool on the property, proving that he appreciates the finer things in life, even today. Mitt Romney, Utah, $15 million estimated. Born into a wealthy family, Mitt Romney is the son of George W. Romney, the former governor of Michigan and CEO of American Motors Corporation. He's experienced in the luxury real estate industry, having previously owned homes in Utah, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and La Jolla, California. In 1999, the Romneys expanded their vacation property portfolio and chose to purchase a mountain ski home in Park City, Utah. This gorgeous 12,063-square-foot home with 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms is nestled away safely at the end of a cul-de-sac. However, he sold it for around $5 million and then put it back on the market for $15.5 million in 2002. Miley Cyrus, Malibu, estimated $1.7 million. From her early years in Tennessee to her present residence in Los Angeles, Miley Cyrus has had a fantastic career spanning over 15 years. The artist has an impressive real estate portfolio in addition to frivolous vehicles, designer brands, and charitable organizations to which she donates her fortune. It's said that Cyrus paid $2.5 million for this Malibu home in 2016. She had just made up with her ex-boyfriend Liam Hemsworth and bought the home next door to him then. With 3.5 bedrooms distributed across 1,400 square feet, it has 4 bathrooms. However, Cyrus sold the house for $1.7 million after her breakup with Hemsworth in 2020. Joe Biden, DuPont, Delaware, $1.2 million estimated. Online rumors circulated before Joe Biden was elected president, claiming he owned this Delaware DuPont property. That's when it was argued that a senator making $174,000 a year needed to add up. Besides, Biden had already sold the house back in 1996. The original owner was the DuPont family, one of the most illustrious families in Wilmington, Delaware. It was built in 1930 and included 10,000 square feet, 3 fireplaces, 2.5 baths, and 5 bedrooms. After expanding the property into a much larger estate and selling it for $1.2 million, Biden paid $185,000 for it in 1974. Tiger Woods, Florida, estimated $54.4 million. Despite being involved in several high-profile controversies, Tiger Woods remains influential in the golf industry and has never had to worry about his financial security. Woods has it made with a $54.5 million mansion on Jupiter Island and a lifetime of bliss, despite all the controversy surrounding his personal life. For an estimated $40 million, Woods and his then-wife, Ellen Nordegren, bought the expensive property in 2006. It comprises a 9,000-square-foot-plus coastal home and a 12-acre ground. A private tennis court, swimming pool, health center, and golf course are just a few of its opulent amenities. Merrick Garland, Bethesda, Maryland, $2.4 million estimated. One of the wealthiest cabinet members of Joe Biden's administration is Merrick Garland, the 86th United States Attorney General, whose net worth ranges from $7.6 million to $25 million. His loyalty to Maryland will always be unwavering, even with his reclusive image. That's presumably why he settled in a relatively wealthy area of Bethesda, Maryland in 1999. Garland has refused to let cameras inside his home, in keeping with his reclusive demeanor. However, insiders in the Garland camp have revealed some information, such as the stunning and very roomy inside of the house. Celine Dion, Florida, estimated $38.5 million. This French-Canadian vocal dynamo has been well known with chart-topping singles every decade since the 1990s. During her multi-decade singing career, Celine Dion has sold millions of CDs and taken home several major music prizes. Her vast collection of assets includes houses in Jupiter, Florida, and Las Vegas, as well as an island off the coast of Quebec, Canada. In 2017, after listing her Florida home for $72.5 million for 4 years, she sold it for $38.5 million. With 13 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms spread over 5.5 acres, the opulent estate is 11,000 square feet. Barack and Michelle Obama, Washington, D.C., $8.1 million. Barack Obama, the former president, has been active in Democratic politics ever since he left office. He's lobbied for Democratic candidates in the 2018 midterm elections and appeared at gatherings such as the 2020 DNC. It's understandable, therefore, that the Obamas would choose to be near the activity in the nation's capital. They leased this home long before they decided to purchase it for $8.1 million. Politicians and diplomats often hang out in the opulent neighborhood of Kalorama, where the Obamas reside. With 9 bedrooms and 8.5 bathrooms, their new 8,200 square foot house is ideally located 2 miles from the White House. Ron Howard, Greenwich, estimated $27.5 million. Filmmaker Ron Howard sold his house in Greenwich, Connecticut in 2014 for $27.5 million. This stately New England estate sleeps 6 people in 6 full baths and 4 more powder rooms. This large home, with approximately 17,200 square feet of living space, is peacefully located on 32 acres of woodland. This magnificent estate has 7 fireplaces, a private theater, and a swimming pool, among many other opulent amenities. There's a 2,500 square foot guest home on the grounds in addition to the main house. It has 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and a breathtaking lake view. Hunter Biden, Hollywood Hills, $12,000 a month. Following his father, President Joe Biden's announcement that he was running for the nation's highest office, Hunter Biden has been the focus of much media attention. Living in the remote Hollywood Hills region of California makes sense why he would wish to stay out of the spotlight. That implies that he and his A-listers like Ben Affleck and Halle Berry have the same zip code. According to Realtor.com, he's renting a fantastic house for $12,000 a month. In addition to a pool and amazing views of the Los Angeles skyline, the 2,101 square foot home features 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, Beverly Hills, estimated $15.5 million. Ever since her career began, Ellen DeGeneres has invested in real estate. Purchasing, remodeling, and reselling real estate has become the daytime TV queen's and her longtime lover, Portia de Rossi's, profession. Over 20 residences have been acquired and sold by the couple since 2003, several of them to and from other well-known individuals. They paid $15.5 million for the sale of a Beverly Hills house in 2019 after purchasing and renovating it in 2018. The 5,100 square foot house has 5 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms, with the main master suite having an opulent bathroom leading to a pool and jacuzzi. Jim Jordan, Worthington, estimated $5 million. Due to his prosperous career in Congress, Jim Jordan, a longtime resident of Worthington, Ohio, is said to be worth $8.4 million. After serving for over 20 years, Jordan is a well-known member of the House Judiciary Committee. Because of his ardent conservatism, Jordan's influence extends beyond Congress. His stunning building and immaculate decor at his Worthington home are testaments to his success. Though it's never been seen, Jordan's home is said to blend modern luxury with vintage charm. Several beautiful houses in Worthington combine contemporary amenities with their historic architecture. Jordan's career, lifestyle, public service, and personal achievements have made him well known in his community. Madison Cawthorn, Michigan, undisclosed. Representative Madison Cawthorn, an Ohio Republican with a reputation for being controversial, is a member of the House of Representatives. A scarcely clothed video, allegations of insider trading, and improper payments were just a few of the scandals he had to deal with while in government. Having lost the Republican primary in 2022, he could not seek re-election. After the event, he went back to his Michigan residence. He and his ex-wife renovated their cottage-style house outside and inside to provide the couple with a handy and pleasant family home. They did, however, split up in December 2021. Danica Patrick, Arizona, estimated $4 million. Danica Patrick, a former NASCAR driver and maybe the most famous female athlete in the world, moved to Arizona to live off her money. She said one of the primary reasons she bought the 8,300 square foot estate was its 7-car garage and wine cellar, which holds up to 1,000 bottles of her favorite vintage. Perhaps all the rooms she had to keep it in had encouraged her to start producing wine. The almost $4 million property has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a fitness center, and a swimming pool, all on a 5-acre plot. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Yorkshire Heights, estimated $355,000. Before being chosen to represent a congressional district in New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez worked as a bartender, as many people are aware. However, neither an overnight lifestyle change nor a windfall of millions of dollars followed that professional transition. Many people think Ocasio-Cortez is from somewhere other than the Bronx since she attended public schools in Yorktown. She did grow up in the Bronx, and that's true. She was 5 years old when her parents moved into this house. It was initially purchased for $150,000, but rumors state that it's now worth around $355,000. Rainn Wilson, Los Angeles, estimate unknown. A 1974 Spanish-style home in Southern California was acquired by Rainn Wilson, star of The Office, and his spouse in 2020. The pair immediately fell in love with the property as it was the ideal place for them to get away from the city and be close to the lake. They transformed the property into their dream home by hiring interior designer Tommy Randall Wood's expertise. It was an ideal property including a pool and breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean with a bohemian and modern feel. He raised his Agora Hills home for $1.7 million earlier that year. Marine Le Pen, LaSalle St. Cloud, undisclosed. Though little is known about the property, it's said that French politician Marine Le Pen bought a house close to LaSalle St. Cloud sometime in 2014 as a gathering place. Le Pen, the leader of the National Front, is the daughter of infamous far-right French politician Jean-Marie Le Pen. The French magazine L'Express described it as a big mansion enclosed by close walls. But she's stepped out of her father's shadow to become a powerful political force in her own right. Ultimately, she finished second behind Emmanuel Macron as her party's candidate for president of France in 2017 and 2022. Mike Pence, $1.93 million, Indiana. During the former vice president's tenure under Donald Trump from 2017 to 2021, Mike and Karen Pence resided in Washington. However, once the period was over, the couple relocated to an estate in Indiana that spanned 10,300 square feet and cost $1.93 million. The house was fully furnished and ideal for the Pence class, who had just moved out of No. 1 Observatory Circle. There's an indoor basketball court, a gymnasium, a swimming pool, and much more in the home for recreation. There's a covered patio with a barbecue area outside and excellent amenities for sleeping and relaxing. Condoleezza Rice, $2.3 million, Palo Alto, California. During the George W. Bush administration, Condoleezza Rice's name gained international recognition. She served as the Secretary of State and the National Security Advisor for the United States throughout the first and second terms as president. Her 2 titles brought her great prestige and enough money to buy this home. In 2017, when Rice sold the Palo Alto, California home for $2.3 million, it made headlines. A primary structure, carpet, terraces, and vegetation are all around. The inside has hardwood flooring, a fireplace, and 2 bedrooms. It was constructed in 1938 for $550,000. Rice bought the property in 1998. Colin Powell, $2.8 million, Upper West Side, New York. Presumably to avoid jeopardizing security, Colin Powell's private life has been mostly under wraps. During the George W. Bush administration, the former general of the U.S. Army went on to become Secretary of State. And in 2016, he sold this exclusive apartment for a little more than $2.8 million. He bought the opulent home, where he resided with his family, using his wife's trust fund. It included 2 roomy bedrooms with vibrantly colored walls and furnishings that added to the room's feeling of vastness. The prominent New York skyscrapers in the area were visible from windows throughout the home. Dick Cheney, $2.1 million, St. Michael's, Maryland. The fact that Dick Cheney was an American vice president perhaps explains why there isn't much information online regarding his home. Still, some fantastic photos of his $2.1 million holiday home are on My Country 955's website. A private pier extends into San Domingo Creek, visible from the gated 9-acre estate. The home has a formal dining room, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and an upgraded kitchen. There's also a flower-lined terrace outside. It has a 3-space garage. To put it mildly, the former vice president couldn't ask for a finer spot to unwind. Hillary Rodham Clinton, $2.5 million, Chappaqua, New York. Of all the homes Hillary owns, this one is perhaps the most elegant. This Dutch colonial-style palace in Whitehaven is one of her real estate assets, but it also offers many facilities. According to House Beautiful, the price in 2016 was around $2.5 million. The backyard, which spans 1.1 acres and includes a relaxing swimming pool, offers an enormous area for various activities. It was first built in 1889 and is in a prime location between Bill Clinton's office and Hillary's campaign headquarters. With room for up to 15 automobiles on the front porch, Hillary can hold campaign gatherings. Elizabeth Warren, $3.1 million, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Former Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren owns this home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. She even declared her candidacy in 2019 for the forthcoming presidential elections. She stopped after 2020. She paid $447,000 for it in 1995, even though it was built in 1890. But in 2022, its value had increased to about $3.1 million. It could seem minor from the outside with an Amsterdam-like facade. Nonetheless, the roomy residence has 3,728 square feet of living area, 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. A vehicle may be parked comfortably next to the main structure, and the 3-story building has bay windows on the top levels. Jen Psaki, $1.7 million, Arlington, Virginia. Virtual Globetrotting states that this is the modest home of Jen Psaki, the 34th White House press secretary, and her husband, Gregory Mecker, a former Joe Kennedy chief of staff. Psaki and her tiny family reside in the house she purchased in 2019 for under $1.7 million. The house is located in Virginia's Arlington County, which, with just 144 crimes per 100,000 residents in 2020, was the safest county in the country, according to a nationwide data compilation by MoneyGeek. It goes without saying that the home is the ideal location after a hard workday. Kayleen McEnany, $1.1 million, Tampa, Florida. Kaylee McEnany's Tampa house is unique, even if it's less fancy and furnished than many other politicians' mansions. The property features lush grass in the rear, visible from the lovely patio, and trees surround the plot. This is a straightforward 3-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom home that matches its outside design. Nearly everything in the room reflects the great taste of the former White House press secretary, and the walls and furnishings are in white in hue. Before it was listed in 2021, McEnany and her family resided here. Dana Perino, undisclosed, Manhattan, New York. The 2020 lockdowns didn't stop Dana Perino from working for Fox News, as many other news readers and TV anchors did. She stayed at her Bayhead home and continued to report and broadcast her program. Since then, however, rumors have circulated that she relocated to Manhattan, New York. She moved in with her husband, Peter McMahon, and her dog, Jasper, yet little is known about their residence. Given that there are only a few images of her home online, she's kept her personal life secret. Perino was an Obama administrator, member of the Broadcasting Group of Governors. Jake Tapper, $1.4 million, Washington, D.C. Since Jake Tapper is the lead Washington reporter for CNN, one of the largest news organizations in the United States, it goes without saying that he could afford his gorgeous Forest Hills home with a private balcony that views out over a small but fun garden complete with a baby swing. The furnishings and fittings in the house were vividly colored, yet it's unclear who designed it. Tapper paid around $1.25 million for the home in 2007. He sold it for $1.4 million almost 10 years later. If you like seclusion and quiet away from the busy metropolis, this area is perfect for you. Dana Bash, undisclosed, Northwest Washington, D.C. Individuals often settle for a more laid-back and easygoing lifestyle after first preferring the thrill of a fast-paced metropolitan life. In 2007, Dana Bash found her ideal home in an upscale area with a spacious backyard for her son to play baseball while maintaining the neighborhood's peaceful allure. Slowly, and indeed, the CNN celebrity began updating, decorating, and refurbishing the home in 2018 in response to her demands. Now the house has a light-colored interior with an uncluttered furniture arrangement. Melissa Brofman, her designer, and a few others did lend her a hand. Andrew Cuomo, $1.85 million, Westchester, New York. From 2011 until his formal resignation in 2020 due to a scandal, Andrew Cuomo was the 56th governor of New York. This home belonged to him and Sandra Lee, his domestic partner. After splitting up in 2019, the pair put it up for $2 million on the market. However, they eventually struck a sale for $1.85 million in 2020. There's a gazebo, a stream, and a pond in the 4,129-square-foot rear of the house. In addition to a sizable kitchen and living areas, Cuomo's office had 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, a tiny document library, and an exercise area spread over 3 levels. Jimmy Carter, $167,000, Plains, Georgia. Speaking of modest individuals, one of the most affordable houses on our list is most likely owned by former President Jimmy Carter. Primarily known for his uncomplicated lifestyle, he constructed the home, owning it since 1960 and residing nowhere except Plains, Georgia. The house was renovated twice after that, in 1974 and 1981, and each time the Carters did the remodeling themselves, according to a CNBC story. The Nobel Peace Laureate and former president still enjoys spending leisure time with his neighbors and shopping at the local shops. Elizabeth Dole, undisclosed, Salisbury, North Carolina. Elizabeth Hanford Dole was a North Carolina senator. After assuming positions of authority, most politicians and celebrities would instead move to bigger, more opulent homes. But Dole has remained in the 1937 house that her parents constructed. This residence was on the 2016 October tour, which included several other architectural wonders. Unfortunately, the property has never been listed for sale, so no current appraisals are available. This is one of the few Tudor Revival-style homes in Salisbury, according to the Salisbury Post. Since the design's creation, there have been very few modifications. Kathy Lee Gifford, $10.5 million, Key Largo, Florida. Built on 11,419 square feet and situated on the water's edge, this Key Largo, Florida home is presumably the ideal spot for Kathy Lee Gifford to celebrate her retirement after an incredible stint presenting the talk program Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. Both the grand staircase and the elevator provide access to all 3 of the home's levels. In addition, it has 2 formal indoor dining places, a family room, a gymnasium, and cutting-edge decor. For $3.9 million, the well-known TV personality purchased it in 1998. Ryan Seacrest, $51 million, Beverly Hills, California. Before deciding to sell it in 2022 for $51 million, the host of the talk programs Live with Kelly and Ryan and On Air with Ryan Seacrest had this stunning home in Beverly Hills, California. He had initially advertised it for $85 million in 2020, but ultimately had to accept much less. According to the Los Angeles Times, he purchased the home from Ellen DeGeneres in 2012. The almost 3-acre site is comparable to a standalone sports club. Apart from 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, it has a spacious gym room, a swimming pool, and other lounging areas. Reese Witherspoon, $21.5 million, Los Angeles, California. When it was up for sale in March 2022, this property, owned by actress Reese Witherspoon, attracted purchasers like crazy. Witherspoon and her husband Jim Toth had already found a buyer ready to pay $21.5 million in May of the same year, despite the property being first listed for $25 million. Large gates, accessible via a private road, are only 2 of the house's many luxury features and are secluded from the city. Top-of-the-line equipment was added to the kitchen when renovated and photographed in 2020. It's like a mini palace with 7 bedrooms and 10 baths. Matthew McConaughey, $6 million, Austin, Texas. Starring in movies like Dazed and Confused, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, The Wolf of Wall Street, and Dallas Buyers Club, the latter of which earned him an Oscar, Matthew McConaughey is a well-known American actor. His Austin house is as elegant as his performance. The Spanish Mediterranean-style home has 8 bathrooms, 2 islands in the kitchen, and a courtyard with many patios. It also includes 7 bedrooms. The house has floor-to-ceiling windows in several areas, including the master bedroom. The living room is spacious with built-in bookcases across the room, a TV, and a modest sitting area. Troy Aikman, $24 million, Dallas, Texas. Because of several things, including sponsorships, athletes are very wealthy. On the other hand, the income of talented athletes who play popular sports like football might skyrocket. Former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman is a prime example of that. This home was marketed again almost 10 years later for an incredible $24 million when he had initially purchased it in 2011 for only $4.25 million. In addition to other features like a wine room and a fireplace, the 3-story home has 10,662 square feet of covered space, 5 bedrooms, and 7 living spaces. Lori Loughlin, $18.75 million, Los Angeles, California. In 2020, Lori Loughlin and her spouse, Mossimo Giannulli, listed their home for $28 million, but sold it for $18.75 million. It's situated in the affluent Bel Air district and was given to Tinder co-founder and entrepreneur Justin Mateen. The actress from Full House and Summerland paid about $13.9 million for the 11,000 square foot property in 2015. With 6 bedrooms, a beautiful backyard pool, and a jacuzzi, the mansion enjoys a view of the Bel Air Country Club. The inside had many facilities, including a gymnasium, a kitchen equipped with commercial-grade equipment, and a library. Chelsea Handler, $10.3 million, Los Angeles, California. Chelsea Handler lived in a luxurious neighborhood called Bel Air. Her home included 6 bedrooms and floor-to-ceiling windows. The backyard was magnificent with gorgeous green grass and a swimming pool in the middle, encircled by trees. Nor were the interiors any less lovely. The comedian and actress designed it well, including colorful furniture on otherwise white walls and ground. Even the top-level balconies had fantastic views. Before selling it for $10.3 million, Handler spent over 10 years living in this house. George Stephanopoulos, $6.5 million, New York City, New York. When he began broadcasting Good Morning America, George Stephanopoulos acquired this pre-war home in New York City. He had formerly resided in Hampton. He shares the house with his 2 kids and wife, actress Allie Wentworth from Jerry Maguire. The couple spent around 6 months setting it up after making the roughly $6.5 billion purchase somewhere in 2010. But the wait was well worth it. With the colors and the way the space is used, as seen in the photos, the house might win the Best Interior Decor Award on this list. Anderson Cooper, $3 million, The Hamptons, New York. Anderson Cooper is well known among American news enthusiasts. Ultimately, he hosts his program Anderson Cooper 360 on CNN, the country's most-watched news network. With a reputation as impressive as his own, he also possessed 2 sizable Hamptons homes, one of which is seen here. A Page 6 report states that this West Hampton Beach home sold for $2.975 million in 2015. The property has vast living room, many bedrooms, and a luxurious interior and outdoor design. It also includes an expansive lawn that leads to the Aspetuck River. David Muir, $7 million, Skinny Atlas Lake, New York. Despite sharing few details about his home with his viewers, anchor David Muir's social media posts included enough images to showcase its opulence. Constructed in 1890, this house has 4,300 square feet. But since then, many renovations have been made to it, one of which was carried out by Muir himself. The anchor of World News Tonight shares a mansion with his beloved dog, whom he often posts pictures of on Instagram. As stated in a Hello article, the $7 million property was bought in 2019 and has 6 bedrooms, 2 kitchens, and a fantastic fireplace, in addition to opening out onto Skinny Atlas Lake. Rachel Maddow, $2.35 billion, New York. The most well-known aspect of leftist political journalist Rachel Maddow's career is her MSNBC program. She purchased this very artistic coupe loft in Manhattan in 2010 for $1.25 million. And she also has property in Massachusetts, according to a 2021 Velvet Ropes story. There are many wall paintings, hardwood floors, and a fireplace in this 1,400 square foot, two-bedroom apartment. There was also an excellent slab to relax on and gorgeously designed tiles in the home's only bathroom. 2021, the comfortable residence was up for sale, asking $2.349 million. Chris Hemsworth, $30 million, Byron Bay, Australia. In a short time, Chris Hemsworth became well-known. It was appropriate for him to purchase this home in Byron Bay, New South Wales, for himself and his spouse, Elsa Pataky, after he appeared in many Marvel Cinematic Universe films within 10 years, including ones in which he played Thor and Snow White and the Huntsman. A Daily Mail report claims that the famous couple paid $7 million for the site in 2014 and then spent an additional $17 million building their dream home. The value was then revised to $30 million from the early estimates of $20 million. Gwen Stefani, $13 million, Los Angeles, California. Although many celebrities reside in Los Angeles, just a few remarkable celebrity homes exist. For instance, Gwen Stefani, singer and songwriter, and her husband Blake Shelton inhabit this opulent home that makes everybody envious. Almost a year before getting married, the couple made the transaction. The house has 2 vehicle parking, a swimming pool, a cabana, and an outdoor kitchen and bar just outside. It's on a 1.6-acre site with over 13,000 square feet of covered area. A massive kitchen and an Atmos home theater are just 2 of the many amenities within the mansion. Rush Limbaugh, $150 million, Palm Beach, Florida. At one time, Rush Limbaugh was the most broadcasted figure in America, thanks to his well-known syndicated radio talk program of the same name. In addition, from 1992 to 1996, he was the highest-paid radio personality. His wife, Catherine Adams Limbaugh's trust, is the beneficiary of this opulent property since he tragically went away in 2021. Despite paying $3.9 million for the West Indian-style mansion, Limbaugh's experienced price increases and decreases over the years, with the property's final valuation ranging from $150 to $175 million in 2022. The mansion was ideal for the radio star and is situated in Palm Beach, Florida, with exclusive access to the beach. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, $15 million, Westchester, New York. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, a power couple with success in the media, plan to sell their Westchester, New York home to an Australian businessman in 2019 for $15 million. They purchased the 15,458 square foot home with 8 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms in 2014 for $11.25 million. The pair has received over 70 honors in their careers, including 3 Academy Awards. While Douglas is best known for films like Behind the Candelabra and Wall Street, his wife has also been in some fantastic productions such as The Mask of Zorro, Wednesday, and Chicago. Melissa Gilbert, unknown, Michigan. American actress Melissa Gilbert is most known for her early roles in television series like Little House on the Prairie. Despite her career, Melissa Gilbert has been in several other films and television episodes. Actor Timothy Busfield, her spouse, is equally well known for roles in television shows including Field of Dreams and The West Wing. After getting married, the couple lived a quiet life away from the busy metropolis and went to a distant property in Michigan. However, in 2019, the couple decided to relocate again to Sullivan County, New York, where they now own a modest home. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, $10 million, Beverly Hills, California. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, stars of That 70s Show, are some of the cutest celebrity couples of our time. A year or so before their wedding, the couple who had first dated while filming the show purchased this tasteful but opulent Beverly Hills mansion. They've been well equipped to live here for many years, and they have features like a wine room with a temperature control system, a sauna, a gym, and a swimming pool. The 5 bedrooms and ample living area also guarantee a pleasant home for their family of 4. The whole house features mahogany paneled walls and wood floors. Dolly Parton, $1.2 million, Nashville, Tennessee. Dolly Parton has owned her Nashville, Tennessee home for a long time, despite having many homes throughout the nation. When the country music legend last listed it for sale in 2017, it was listed for around $1.2 million. However, there was no guarantee that it would find a new owner. The renown of the singer of Islands in the Stream may not match the house's price tag, but she's made several interior improvements that make it the ideal place for her to live. The master bedroom and living area feature a warm beige color scheme, while the kitchen is completely furnished. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon